water rises, when the tide recedes. Oh, stay away, 'cause you don't know what it's gonna leave. Black flare, black flare, black flare, black flare. Hello, enjoyer of supernatural mystery RPGs. Black Flare puts a darker spin on mysteries. Imagine the X-Files and True Detective getting smushed together and adding dice. Now you're imagining Black Flare. An FBI agent, a bookish professor, an engineer, and an OSHA worker, all unceremoniously sent on a secret mission to investigate strange occurrences in a remote Alaskan town. Whether or not they make it home is anyone's guess. One bad roll of the dice could spell disaster, because Black Flare tells their story using Delta Green, the combination of chance, a stellar cast, and a really lovely original soundtrack underscoring the game work together to create a suspenseful, slow-burn audio drama that will have you on the edge of your seat well before the final act. Y'all, these folks know how to tell a good story. So give Black Flare a listen, see if it's for you. And tell them RPG Major sent ya. Stick around after the credits to hear a song suggested by Discord member That Soul Guy. Obligatory, politically ambiguous holiday song. We recorded these a bit out of order. Apologies to Casually Awkward. We'll get to Would You Smooch a Ghost soon. If you'd like to suggest a song for us to record, pop on over to our Discord. There's links in the show notes. And now, on to RPG Major. The passionate firefighter Fabio brought a new mystery to our symphonic Sherlocks. Houses around Foxglove are burning like matchsticks soaked in kerosene. We rejoin them as Aubrey climbs into the frunk of Mara's Porsche as they take their investigation on the road.
And Aubrey gets in the front. Okay, well, before we go, I'll have to make a call. So do you want to be in the front for the call or not?
You can call on the road.
Yeah, okay. Well, I can't call and drive. That's against the law.
There's no laws.
Okay, great. Ain't no laws when you're calling people.
Like, this is
a high-end.
Yeah, this is 80s technology. It's super uncommon that people would actually have phones in their cars. There's absolutely no laws about it yet because it's not a wide enough spread problem.
So I've got the know someone talent. Mm-hmm. So is it possible? So he says he's a chemist and he used to work for Poppy Bracco. Mm-hmm. There's a contact of Poppy Bracco's that I've met up with in the past 2 weeks.
For sure.
Okay, so I would love to call her.
Yeah. So you call her. We're going to say her name is Janelle. Janelle. Okay. Hey, girl. How you doing?
Hi, Janelle. Oh, I'm so glad to hear your voice. It's been about a week since I talked to you. I've been thinking about our conversation. I thought it went really, really well. If you have a second, I know you're super busy. Could I ask you about something real quick?
For you, of course.
Oh, well, thank you. So I told you that I have actually another job that sometimes I will do besides working with my family. Mm-hmm. And part of that is leading me to somebody that you might have come in contact with through working for Poppy. His name is Desmond Arndt.
Sure, yeah, of course.
You know him?
You didn't hear it from me.
No. I got you.
We're considering acquiring his company. He used to work for Poppy.
Right.
And then he left a couple years back and he started his own concern. And the work he's been doing in surfactants is really spectacular. And we're thinking of acquiring his company so that we can get his research and get him back into our labs.
Oh, that's smart. I mean, hey, when people have something that is helpful to you, you got to just reach for it. You said surfactants?
Mm-hmm. It's something that really helps break up the surface tension. And she goes into a rant about like the chemical properties of surfactants that I don't know enough about to do and has no real relevance on this.
Okay,
But she stream of consciousness is just like, this is her nerd zone.
Good for her. Great.
Talks about the like innovative chemistry that Arndt and his concern are bringing into this space and how, maybe we could apply that. And so we can make more effective cleaners for the people of Foxglove and the U.S.
Oh, wonderful. Well, actually, my mother is really big in that kind of industry as well. So if you are willing to give me his contact, I'm wondering if we could help and streamline the process a little bit.
Sure, just 1 second. And you sort of hear her flipping through a Rolodex.
Yeah.
His number is...
Oh, Fabio, could you write this down real quick?
Yes.
I don't have like a quill or anything, but there's a pen and a paper.
In the glove box?
Yes.
Yes, I will get this and write it down.
Okay.
So now you have his number.
To him.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I'm so sorry for bothering you. I know you're so busy, but hey, we got to meet up for another drink soon.
If it is going to get as crazy as it did last time, you can't just take someone to a cabaret without warning them. I would have dressed nicer.
Oh, well, that's my bad. I'll definitely give you warning next time. No promises on it not getting crazy, though. Bye!
Beep boop.
We have his number. Great.
Yeah. So you want to call him up?
Yeah. Why not? We're just making calls. This is great. Why not?
Mr. Arndt's office?
Oh, hello. Hi. I'm so sorry. I got this number from Poppy Bracco and her team. My name is Mara Vertere. I was trying to get into contact with Desmond.
Ms. Vertere, are you part of the acquisition? I need to know whether or not to record this call.
Oh, no. I'm not involved.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Arndt Industries.
Oh, hello. Is this Mr. Desmond?
No, my name is Ralph. I am one of Mr. Desmond's assistants.
Oh, lovely.
And so this is the same voice. They just sort of dropped into a different mode once they figured out what was going on.
Okay. Well, hello. So I am actually with a local detective agency, and we are investigating a case about some of the fires that have been going on, particularly one that concerned one of Desmond's properties. I was hoping that either you or if he has time, I know he's a very busy man, we could ask them a few questions.
Are you hoping for a phone call or for a sit-down?
Well, if he has time in his schedule, if we could sit down with him, that would be lovely. My family's provided a lot of financial support for him in his endeavors in the past, and I think it would be only fair for a moment of his time.
I love that the Veritaries have they've given money to everybody, probably.
Yep.
Like, it's probably true.
It is. And
it's such a shotgun approach.
No, well, and the thing is, like, she's aware of that, and there is an 80% chance that it's true, and she might not even know if it is, but it's used to just be saying that.
I feel like this should be a role, whether it's true or
charm?
not. Yeah, so this is going to be a charm.
Okay.
We'll sort of use charm to represent your family's influence, and we're just going to put this against 1 purple.
Yeah. Well, so I actually realize I have a talent that I get a hypnotic. Oh, well, if you can't
That's
see
not going to apply
phone.
in this case. No.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's only if you're using your juice.
Oh, that's right. Charm is 3 greens and a yellow.
Against 1 purple. This is
pretty easy.
Pretty likely.
Yeah. Okay. Oh.
And this is why we roll dice.
Complete wash.
No, that's a failure with the 2 advantages. 2 failures, 2 advantages.
Lord, that's fantastic.
I don't believe we've had any investment from the Veritaries. Click.
Interesting. He hung up, right?
Yeah, he hung up.
Okay. Wow, what a jerk. We'll definitely won't be getting any investments now. And she kind of swerves a little bit, but is coming to a stop at the next place.
I am so sorry that this man has treated you such. It is disgraceful.
It is disgraceful. You're right. And honestly, like, I'm used to it at this point, but it still kind of surprises me a bit with the influence that my family has.
Sometimes when we are facing poor winds and the storms hit us, we must look into it and simply be ourselves and be like the ship as the winds come, and we must take down our sails and we must allow it to go by and see that we are still here as the storm passes.
Mara, like, what?
Oh, be ourselves as the storm passes? Is that a song? That sounds like a title to a song.
Sure. It could be.
Yeah. This is great.
Can it be like a piratey sea shanty? Yeah. Also, even though I'm in the front, if it's a sea shanty, I do want to participate.
Yeah, no, you've come out.
I jump into songs that there's no NPCs around for.
I can hear this.
Yeah.
When the rain hits your face and the wind gets too strong, we must face what is coming and take the sails in. Take your sails in. Take your sails in. Take your sails in and wait for the storm.
Out on a ship like this, taking in all the sails. Won't happen easily, it won't happen quick, but we can prevail against the wind in these sails.
I once had a captain who strayed by the wind. He'd turn the wheel with every change, and that man fell to every whim, and the sea it claimed his name.
The voice of mine has power over waves, and though they cannot falter me, sometimes my own inner storm is the one that can cause such a calamity.
Take the sails in.
Take the sails.
Take your sails in.
Take the sails in.
Take your sails in.
Before the wind blows too strong.
I see such storm in you, and I see that you are unsettled. Your feet are never planted, and I wish, beyond all wishes, for you to have peace one day.
Mara's face is so red. Thank you, Fabio. That's really nice of you. I wish the same for you as well.
If I could cut my own heart out and put it into your chest, I would. But I cannot.
And I don't think you should, because you're doing great and you're helping us a lot.
If I could, I would.
Thank you. I really believe you on that. I really do.
So you must give yourself this peace one day. It may not happen today or tomorrow, but one day I feel that you will feel peace.
Thank you. Yeah. She opens the door and gets out. And opens the door and
leaving Aubrey in the...
Okay.
How you doing, girl?
I am fine. I'm a little cramped.
Cool.
Good talking?
Well, yeah. The guy at Desmond's office hung up on me, but it's all right. I've made peace with it. She gestures to Fabio. But we do know that he has his independent company that has since separated from Poppy Bracco, and Janelle, my contact over there, they say that they're wanting to get it back and acquire the company. And the guy that I was talking to, that's one of his assistants, was going to record it if I was. And I tried to kind of take their Terry approach, but he was quite rude. So nothing there.
Do you need anything from me?
I don't know. I mean, it seems like that could kind of be a dead end, and I don't know if these are all connected yet. So maybe we just go check out this one. I don't know.
I mean, you did have that conversation while driving to the second house.
Yeah, so now we're here.
Okay.
So you roll up to this second house. This is the one that is in Left Town. Like the last house, it is burnt
to the ground. And like the last house, the firefighting effort was spent on trying to prevent the neighboring houses from burning down, and not from saving this house, because it was a lost cause. I mentioned before that Fabio would have known that the burn pattern was consistent with the fire starting everywhere at once, and the same thing is true here. Similar to the last place, was a single-family home in a neighborhood of single-family homes. This one a little bit more sort of lower class than the prior one. Left town. There are some nicer parts of it. There are some parts that feel a little sketchy.
Fabio immediately begins to feel for a presence because he knows that he needs to.
Good for him.
Okay, great. I love this. So go ahead, and this is going to be another primal check. You are going to add 3 black dice to it.
Oh.
Can I give a little shout out, which is that I have a talent, which is beneficiaries of my leadership can add a blue die to discipline-related checks. Mm-hmm. Would that be able to apply here?
I think
for
since
breathing technique.
Yeah, let's throw it on there. It's not a discipline thing, but let's throw it on there.
It's not technically.
Yeah.
You gotta ask. You gotta make the legal case.
Yeah, you got it. And then 3 purple and 3 black. Yep. So the 3 black, that is adding on from the last time. And I'm going to tell you that if this check is failed, or if this comes up with some threats, then I've been noodling on what some more fun and terrible things to do to your character are.
Great.
Cool.
So I roll 2 die for but I have the ability, so it's 1 yellow die. Is that right?
Yeah. So you've got 2 in your cunning. Primal is cunning. Mm-hmm. So you have base 2 cunning, 1 point of training. So
we also have something called story points. And if you would like to spend one of those, you can upgrade one of the green dice to a yellow die. But we have at least one, I'm sure.
Yeah.
3 what?
So we have basically 3 resources that we can use to upgrade a die for a high pressure roll.
Should this be that?
If the odds are looking steep, which they might be in this case, why not?
Let's do it.
Yeah. It gives Helix tools to use against us too, which is fun.
So to upgrade a dice, you take one of the greens out, you replace it with a yellow.
Yeah, I think you did.
Yes.
Tight. Great. You know how to play this game, Ish.
Ish.
Fabio!
Oof.
I've got 5 X's.
Oh no.
I've got 2 targets. And I've got 2 gears, and I've got 2 upward triangles. So that's bad.
It's a tough time.
These 2 cancel out. The good news is that there aren't any threats. The bad news is it's just straight up 3 failures.
Great.
Fabio stands at the threshold of this burned house with his boots touching ash and clean concrete. And what does he look like?
He takes a deep breath. He puts his arms out in an open, maybe 6 feet ain't so far down kind of stance. And he takes a deep breath in and closes his eyes. And nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
I don't think I can feel anymore. I think I've lost the ability to feel.
Oh, well.
It comes and goes.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not lost forever. Sometimes it can be hard to repeatedly put yourself in that position multiple times in a day.
I have failed you.
No,
Fabio, no.
Do not try to placate the truth.
It's okay. We'll think of something else. It's all right.
Maybe
Fabio.
there is nothing here. Or maybe I am lost.
Fabio,
It can be. I think it's probably the second one.
do you remember
I am lost.
from the book, your past, when there was the adventure you had with the runaway prince?
Yes, of course.
And then he asked you to rescue him from the waves and the sea.
A strange book as I was having to rescue a small petite prince.
Right. I also thought it was a little strange departure from your regular adventures. But your first attempt to catch him with the rope didn't work. But when you jumped in and saved him, that's what worked. So there can be other ways that we can figure this out.
So I need to jump in.
No, I wasn't saying that. I'm just saying another angle. You can maybe tap one of us in. Aubrey, you looking to jump?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
It's Fabio. The number of times I have held out my hand hoping magic would happen and no magic happened is more books than seem to be in your series. So don't worry about it.
These words are comforting to me.
I hold out my hand hoping magic will happen.
You're trying to like open yourself to a perception.
We'll see.
I think you've got a couple
I'm
floating
start,
blues
like
to this.
walking through and seeing just tapping the axe or really just fidgeting with it.
As you're building your dice pool, it's once again going to be against 3 purples. I think you have 3 floating blues from last time. As you're walking around, nothing looks wrong. Like things sort of fit with the story that lightning struck this house and overloaded the wires and everything burned down, right? Everything kind of matches. But what do you feel?
Well, I feel always that everything is connected. Probably back to magic. That if you focus, now that I know that magic is real or have been reaffirmed of that if you look hard enough, it will be there. But sometimes you hold out your hand hoping magic will happen, and it does not. It's three dice total. Oh, 3 blues added?
3 blues added.
Okay. Yeah, it's not enough successes, unfortunately, but it is again 4 advantages.
4 advantages. You are walking and investigating and seeing what there is to be seen.
Smelling some wood.
Smelling some wood. The wood,
Some
again,
dirt.
smells
Any sage or tobacco?
like you would expect it to. This, you did not expect to smell sage or tobacco here, nor do you.
Okay.
I imagine Aubrey as mind blanked, simply trying to take in and observe what is there, trying to feel into her axe, trying to feel into the earth, trying to feel into the air around her. But
Yeah, it's sort of a gardener's approach to like that, and like squatting down and just like plunging your hand into sort of charcoal and just sort of grasping at something.
something the human mind is incredible at is finding patterns.
Yeah.
And with all of those advantages, Aubrey is going to have 4 blue dice if she chooses to try this again at another home.
She just becomes increasingly convinced that, oh man, I think that you see her just getting like really, Mara would clock this not as irritable, but as maybe a little upset with herself because I have nothing to go on except for belief that there is something magical here. And the fact that I don't have anything beyond belief is a uniquely miserable feeling for me to sit with.
Well, we know that both times it was lightning that struck perfectly an opening to an electric, like the wiring of the home, and they all went up in flames at the same time.
That's the hypothesis, yeah?
That's the hypothesis. So we would maybe know of the country that Foxglove resides in. One of the founding members did some sort of experiment and had like a rod of some sort or whatever.
The kite and key.
Right.
Yeah.
So what is there maybe outside of the house that could have attracted this? Is there anything worldly? And if it was magical, I understand that could be something that was summoned that we can't see. But is there, like, can we go on the... There's probably not a roof.
There's not a roof anymore, no.
No, and there's nothing left there.
Was it taller than the neighboring buildings?
When you ask the next door neighbor, no, it was like the houses next to it, a single story bungalow. You can also ask the neighbors other things that just seem like a tact you took before. And
Yeah, to see like who
lived here.
Who lived here, and are they connected to Desmond in any way?
Was it raining?
Yeah, was it raining?
raining.
Good idea.
Hello, cat.
There's a cat in the neighbor's yard.
So you go into the neighbor's yard, and as you do, you startle a cat up from a nap. She dashes away.
Sorry.
Knocking on the door, a middle-aged woman comes to the door, answers it. Hello, something I can do for you?
Oh, hello, ma'am. Yes, we're with a local detective agency, and we are investigating a string of fires that have been happening, like not unlike the one that happened.
And she just kind of looks next door. There's been more of these?
Yes, actually, and we're not sure if they are connected in a way yet, but there are similar fires with similar patterns, and we were just looking to see who used to live in this home, and if you were there the day of the fire and could tell us anything.
Well, yes, I was here on the day of the fire. Anne, she was such a nice lady who lived there. She and her partner were able to make it out. Nobody got hurt, thank goodness.
Good.
But when the lightning struck, it just went up so fast.
Jeez, that's terrible. Well, I'm glad that nobody was home, and
No, they were home, you said.
They were home, but they got out and nobody was hurt, which is the nice thing.
Where are they now? Do you know?
Oh, I expect they're staying with some of Anne's family. Most of her family is here in town. She's a nice lady.
Do you think she would be willing to talk to us about it?
She might just be.
okay. Do you by chance have her phone number and a neighborhood directory? at
Oh,
all?
yes. Just 1 second here.
Thank you.
And she'll go inside and come back out, hand you a little 3x5 card with Anne's phone number
Okay.
printed on it.
Well, thank you so much for your help. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. I just gave you the phone number to the house that burned down. Just 1 second. Hold on. And she goes back inside, comes back with a phone book and says, "This'll have her office in it. Just 1 second. Sorry.
Oh,
I
thank
gave
you.
I gave you her home phone.
That's all right.
That's what was in my Rolodex. 1 second here." And she turns to a page, finds a listing for Lee Engineering, L-I Engineering, gives you the phone number to that.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, yes, of course.
One more question, if you don't mind.
Oh, you're very big.
Thank you. Was it raining hard or light or at all?
There was some rain going, yeah.
And did you hear the lightning?
I heard the thunder of the lightning. Because the thunder comes after the lightning.
Did
and
you
the thunder is the part that you hear.
Did you see a flash?
I did not see the flash, no. But it was very loud.
Thank you.
Thank you. So big.
Thank you.
As we head back to Rendezvous, I want to turn to Fabio. Maybe this isn't related to anything, but I am curious. Do you know how you got summoned?
Yes.
Did she tell you about the ritual and how that worked?
Vaguely, yes. I know that she read it out of a book and did the ritual, and then I was summoned.
Was there a crashing of thunder or a flashing of light or the sound of many pages in a book being scattered into a storm or any sort of sensory stuff that came with that?
I remember she looked at me and said, "Oh my God, you're real."
Fair.
And you felt safe bringing up the supernatural to both of us. Is that something you'll do with strangers or other people on the fire squad?
I notice not everybody's comfortable with these ideas, so I don't always tell everybody. After the first 2 times, things got weird.
Yeah. Well, what about your family? How do they respond to when you... I mean, obviously they have you, but are they sympathetic, kind of like us?
Mr. and Mrs. Grapeson have been very understanding to take me in. They believe I am what I am, and they believe their daughter.
And what's her name, your sister?
Angela.
Okay. Interesting.
we-
I mean, I've this is the first I've heard of it, and it's lovely to see, Mara's like waffling, like making eye contact to Aubrey that they'll look into this family. And it's great that you are real. And just like the books, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't be, but...
Wouldn't be like the books. Oh, yes. I do not know if I am the actual man from the books or a man from her imagination of the books or what, but I remember it all happening to me as if it were real.
Then it's real.
Whoa.
Anyway,
So then that means her conjuring of me made the things from the book happen as if real life. It is hard to think about.
Did anything else from your books come with you? Has she done this with any other stories?
No, we stopped doing magic after I was created. It seemed like it could get way, way worse, and her parents agreed that magic probably is not a good idea. You know, I had my clothes.
That's great. Okay.
Yeah. Based on what you experienced in the last house, if it feels like maybe something was conjured or summoned to create this.
Do you think this is related to me? This could be my fault?
No,
not
your
your fault.
Not
But
your
just
fault.
that your sister could be an expert on this.
She could help us like you're helping us.
If she's successfully done the kind of magic that's involved, which it may or may not be.
I don't know. Angela's in college now.
Oh. Is she out of state?
Yes.
Well, would we be able to talk to her parents?
My parents?
Your parents, my bad.
Oh, I suppose yeah, cool. It's cool.
We can wait until we have
More clues.
more clues.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say it because I was thinking it.
Yeah, I
And
suppose I am.
sometimes
curious.
when I'm thinking something, it's not reasonable, so I like to say it and check. But it sounds like this was a reasonable thought.
Of course, and we want to build trust now that you're working with us. So,
Oh
be
yeah,
open.
I guess I'm on the case. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Been
sure.
following
yeah.
us around and offering to help. Are we getting paid for this? Anyway, let's
putting a cute little pin in that conversation.
I think we should contact Anne's family and see if we can get a face-to-face meeting with
Yeah.
her and her partner.
Sure.
Yeah, so you got her office number is what you've got for Anne.
Office number.
The office number.
Is it after hours, or can I use the Porsche phone?
You can use a Porsche phone. It's the middle
Great.
of the day.
Oh, it is.
We're
I
sort
don't-
of like
I don't know what time it is.
late
ever.
morning at this point.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I said have a good evening earlier. Time is not real.
Awkward.
Lee Engineering.
Hello. Is this Anne speaking?
This is Anne. Who's calling?
Oh, hello. My name is Mara. I'm with a local detective agency.
You're with the police?
No, not affiliated.
Oh, a private detective. I see.
Yes, a private detective agency, and we're investigating a slew of fires that have happened in the last couple weeks, including the one that happened to your home. I was wondering if you'd be willing to speak with us a bit about your experience. My condolences, by the way.
Thank you. Yes, I'd be happy to talk with you.
Great. Can I come by your office?
Yes, my office is downtown. And she gives you the address. It is just a couple blocks up from the waterfront.
Oh, lovely. Well, we'll be there in about 20 minutes. Thank you so much.
Zip across town.
Pop the front trunk.
Yeah.
Do you have another fun? Do you have another fun check
this time?
No.
Oh,
Is it
who's
because
got the front? Sorry.
the front seat is so unbearably uncomfortable for you?
Yes, it's that.
Then I will take the burden of the front seat. I will look at the sun as we drive, and I will roll down the window and have it hit my face and my hair so that you do not have to experience this horrible, horrible, horrible fate.
Fabio, I'm so sorry I didn't offer this before. We can take the top down so you can sit more comfortably.
Yes, I will experience all the horror of the wind and in my hair.
Porsche horrors. Yeah, I want like a wide shot of us just zooming in Fabio's hair just in the wind.
Yeah, the hair.
Luscious golden mane
Yes.
cascading behind him as
That's beautiful.
he causes maybe a couple of traffic accidents as people turn to look at this power couple of beauty.
Slay.
I do not know what you find unpleasant about this experience. It is quite pleasurable. It is like the ocean.
Well, sometimes Fabio and Aubrey will do this quite a lot. She will sometimes sacrifice something to be kind to somebody.
You have lied to me.
Oh, well, no, that's
Aubrey has spoken mistruth so that I might have my hair in the wind.
she did that out of the goodness of her heart because she wants to build a good group rapport.
She unearthed a dishonesty from her heart. In order to do what?
I opened the front finally to let Aubrey out.
You have lied. You have spoken this truth when I specifically asked you not to.
What?
You have told me. Well, now I'm not sure. It seems possible that you have lied to me so that you could trick me into enduring the beautiful experience of having the wind in my hair in this car. Do you hate the trunk?
I don't. It's not the most comfortable, but I don't hate it.
Do you prefer the seat? You sit in the seat right now.
No. Most of the time, maybe, but not today.
So it is a temporary preference to be in the trunk that you have?
So I guess all
Yeah.
things are true at once, and nobody has lied today.
Is this true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I will enjoy being on the seat, knowing that it is your temporary preference to be in this dark trunk.
Yes, please
Okay.
enjoy it with a free conscience. Why don't we go inside?
Mara, you do have a bunch of bananas here. You didn't forget about those, did you?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, those
It's
were...
just with some groceries, and most of them are cans, but
Yeah.
you
Well-
should probably take those in.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, we're at Anne's office at the moment.
Great.
But unless she really likes bananas. But feel free to munch on them while you're
Okay, maybe
in the
next
front.
drive.
Okay, cool.
You head up into this office. It is a modern steel and glass office tower. Lee Engineering has a small office on the 18th floor. As you walk into the office, you see that they have a lovely view looking out over the waterfront. It is a early fall day in Foxglove. In the fall, there's so often cloud. It starts off cloudy and the clouds kind of break up over the course of the day. And the clouds are breaking up right now, so you're seeing this dappled light falling down onto the water of the Sound and onto the coastline of the city. And nothing else about this office looks nice at all. They have a nice location. Their furniture is shabby. There is no receptionist. There's sort of a piece of paper taped to the front desk that says, "Ring the bell, we're probably in the back." And it's just handwritten on there. And there's a ring bell for service bell on the desk.
Tap the bell.
You hear some kind of like banging and clanging coming from the back. And a moment or two later, out comes a shorter, maybe 5'3", East Asian woman. You are the investigators.
Yes. Hello, Anne. I'm Mara, who you spoke to on the phone.
It's nice to meet you. And she puts out a hand and shakes with quite a bit of pressure.
Yes. Thank you. So sorry to bother you in the middle of your workday, but if you wouldn't mind, we had a few questions.
No, it's no trouble at all. Please take a seat. And she gestures to the single chair that is there for guests.
Mara can sit down and we can flank her on either side like bodyguards,
I
kind of.
prefer to stand, thank you.
Sorry, you're right. I should have had more chairs.
That's okay. You only spoke to me. How could you have known? Well, anyway, we spoke to one of your neighbors, a woman next door to you.
Oh, Marge.
Yes, Marge, and she mentioned that you and your partner were actually in the house when the fire started. That must have been very traumatic. I'm so sorry.
Those are kind words. Yes, we heard the thunder, and then our whole ceiling sort of caught on fire.
Wow.
And we ran out as quickly as we could.
So it was completely unexpected.
Lightning usually is.
Oh, yes. But there wasn't, usually a fire, this is so unfortunate. Someone left a candle on or you're burning and or some wiring, but this was, that must have been terrifying.
My partner and I, we were just both sitting and reading. Mm-hmm. We had lights on.
Yeah.
No candles.
There have been 4 lightnings in the past 2 weeks.
You're kidding.
No.
That's actually why we're investigating. We're wondering if there's some common thread.
Can we do a check to see if she's lying about any of this?
For sure. Give me a
Yeah,
vigilance.
smart.
Vigilance is going to go against
What were they reading?
2 purple.
A success and 4 advantages.
Come on, let's go.
Right. You don't get the sense that she is deceiving you in anything big, right? Maybe she wasn't reading, but maybe she doesn't want it feels like a very yeah, we were reading.
Yeah.
Right. We were awake. We were looking at something. I don't know.
Each other.
You've got several. Maybe.
Yeah. Good for them.
You've got several advantages.
To clarify, when it seems like she's maybe obfuscating a little bit there, but not in a malicious way, I think what I'm looking for with that is like, does she seem to believe that, it was a thunder and a lightning and then we got out?
Yes, she definitely believes that.
Let's see. Does anyone have ideas for what the advantages could be useful for in this context?
I've got one of them, and that is as you're sort of reading her, she faked being surprised when she heard that there were 3 other homes that burned down from lightning strikes.
I also am wondering why she's so stressed. I mean, obviously, she's probably running this business and it might not be doing as well. And that could be why.
You're welcome to ask about that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, moving forward.
Maybe you keep going with the questions and I'll spend my advantages as it comes up.
Totally.
Do you have any reason to think that something like this could have been intentional?
Intentional lightning?
If it perhaps was not lightning at all. You, being an engineer, must know that lightning striking 4 times to start fires would be very rare.
That would be very rare, yes. But how would you make lightning happen? And she just kind of like nods her head and throws up her hands in confusion.
Do you have any reason to think that someone might have caused any fires in your home? Lightning or no?
And she looks inward for a second and seems to make give me a another vigilance.
That's a good question.
This is also going to go against 2.
Can I spend my previous advantages as blue dice?
Yep.
Oh, because she's an engineer. The other guy was a chemist. This is Poppy Bracco.
This is 4 yellow dice and 3 blue dice.
For green.
Oh, wait, I actually have 2 more blue dice from the sharp senses. I'll just re-roll one. I can just re-roll one. I'm sure one of these will come up blank. Or not. Helix has a lot of dice. Ugh. Well, I rolled bad. It's a failure with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 advantages.
Oh, Lord.
Sometimes this happens, my friends.
Yeah. How many advantages make a success?
Yeah, how many can I cash in?
What's the conversion rate?
I mean, some weapons have their crits are based on how many advantages you roll. So it's like, but that's not this. What she says to you is, I don't have anything to say about that. When the question was, is there any reason someone would burn down your home?
I am worried for your safety.
You think lightning is going to strike me again?
I don't know. But I know that this is unusual and strange. And I don't know what's happening. And if you could tell us anything more, I would do anything I possibly could to help you. I swear.
I'll give you the number of my attorney.
Thank you.
Goes back into the back and grabs a card and brings it back out to you and hands it to you.
Thank you. And I can only imagine you run this firm on your own?
Yes.
And putting myself in your shoes, it's very admirable what you're doing. And are you having to stay with friends at the moment? I can't imagine the kind of stress that you're under on top of everything at work as well.
Well, my mom had a place for Reg and I to stay. It's not what I would choose, but
no,
I'm not exactly making enough here to rent out the 4 seasons, am I?
No, and if this is either like a charm or a knowledge thing, because I wonder if, this is Lee Engineering. Is that something that's made the headlines recently, or some achievement that or is this a really struggling
What does this business do? Yeah. Did they just lose a contract? Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Or because Desmond had something that Poppy wanted. Does she as well? Or,
Yeah, what is your approach here?
I guess, if I asked, didn't I see something about the business in the news recently?
You could
spend a story point.
Yeah, you can definitely spend a story point to make that true.
Okay. just don't know if I want it to be positive or negative. And I don't know.
Well, if
I can't do that though.
you probably can.
Well,
If you overstep, I'll let you know. Like,
okay. I don't want to do something that affects the narrative. Do we have other approaches? Because that could be interesting.
I mean, you can also spend this story point, and I can tell you what you read in the news. If you just want there to have been a news story about them.
Are y'all cool with that? Okay, sure. If we could move one of those over. Love it.
So do we have a newspaper name yet?
I think we did.
Foxglove Financial. I just wanted to. Financial Times is too.
The glove box.
Or was it?
we had the Friend as the alt newspaper, like the Stranger
Yeah, like
analog.
the Stranger the Friend.
The glove
Glove
compartment.
box. I'll take glove box.
The glove box is good.
So you read in the glove box recently that Lee Engineering had been removed from a project. It was a research project that was partnering with Bracco Industries, and they were fired for underperformance. And that Bracco was clawing back any of the payment that had been made previously. The project had to do with sort of the mechanical separation of the leaves and branches from the trunks of lumber trees as they were harvested.
Okay. Got it. Okay, I'm going to go back to speaking with her for a bit. Well, and I can only imagine. I remember reading something in the glove box about what Bracco and her empire did to your company.
And you can see her whole face just darkens.
I didn't bring that up to offend you by any means. I know how ruthless people like her can be.
Well, I used to think much better of her.
That's fair. Thank you for providing us the name of your attorney. We won't press any further. I kind of look and see if anyone else says anything.
I would like to whisper to you.
To me?
Yes.
Oh,
Or to both of you. We could give her some information in exchange for some by telling her that maybe the other one seems suspiciously was another scientist and this is looking like a pattern.
that's a great idea.
It might make her more willing to talk or might not. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd love to do a negotiation because I can be pretty good at that. Oh, and before you leave, we actually might be able to help you if you can help us a bit more.
Go on.
We have some information about another house that was affected by the fire, identical to yours, that could be helpful for you in your business. If you're able to give us a little bit more about who might be after you in a situation like this.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a negotiation.
I think
We're
she
gonna
might
add-
already know.
We're going to add...
That's true.
We'll see.
Yeah, we're going to add 2 black dice for
Okay.
things you don't necessarily know about. I'm also
Right.
going to do this,
Oh, no.
which is moving a story point back over to the player side here.
I have a blue
In
square
order to
too.
upgrade one of those purples to a red.
Oh, shoot.
You can do it.
Well, I
I
have
believe
a
in you.
blue square that I get to add to all negotiation things I do.
Nice.
So
And what's your base negotiation?
negotiation is 3 greens and a yellow
Nice.
and a blue, which is pretty dang good. But what are the odds here?
Yeah, so we got 3 greens, a yellow, and a blue
The
going
odds are in your
against
favor, but they're swingy dice.
2
Yeah,
black,
so-
a purple, and a
And
red.
a red.
Yeah.
And this means what's
So-
the one on here? That's
Can I
silver?
give some of my lingering advantages to
Yes.
her?
Yep.
Okay, as blue dice.
I have
Is that what you're
6 of them.
saying? That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, 6 blue dice.
I'll give you 5 of them.
Great.
I think
hold on to
Aubrey
one.
is just
Yeah.
making unnerving eye contact, and it makes Mara seem really like approachable in comparison.
Yeah, that's
I'm just
great.
we're just the two of
I
us are
also
too
didn't
intense.
mention my last name at all as
You didn't?
on purpose.
That's true.
She doesn't know who I am. We're gonna roll these in 2 bouts
There's
because
so many dice.
Lordy Lord. Okay. Episode 1. Oh. Episode 2. Oh no!
I love this.
No, I don't. Okay, what is this even? There's a lot of successes.
So what was rolled?
so much.
Is a lot.
There's a lot of things going on.
Right.
So all of the failures were canceled.
Love it.
The despair that popped up on that red dice remains. So
Okay.
even though you're succeeding, something bad is going to happen.
Jeez, love it. Great.
And there are several advantages. So this looks like
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 advantages.
5 advantages, 3 successes, and a despair.
Oh,
Which I love.
4 successes.
The The despair
got
cancels
it.
out one of the... There's, like, the despair is both a despair and a failure.
Okay, got it. Okay, 3 successes, 5 advantages, and a despair.
Yeah.
Lovely. That's
so,
great.
So what you're trying to do is tell her that what you know about the other house so far.
And if that is helping her in her legal battle, whatever that is, but she's being coy.
Right. She... When you mention Desmond's name, you absolutely read that she knew that. That is a big deal to her. And
She knew it, but it was a big deal?
That it is important to her that it was Desmond's house that burnt down. Like, you can see that this is central to her.
Okay. So she didn't know that.
She did.
She did.
She did know it. And the reason that she's being cagey centers around the fact that she knew it.
Okay.
His house burned down before hers, and she knew who he was and that his house burned down, and maybe is not surprised that there's a connection.
Okay.
And the despair, so I think you get a lot of information from this.
Okay.
The despair is that she clams up hard and says, "Talk to my lawyers," and storms back into the back of the office.
So she didn't even, the negotiation thing didn't work.
So you were looking for information and you got information. If you feel like I'm wrong in this ruling, we can talk about that.
No, well, I guess I'm just confused because you're saying she knew, but she didn't know. She knew that his house burned down, but not that in this exact same way as hers.
No, she knew that too.
Okay, y'all, I am confused then. What the hell's going on?
Yeah. So when we came to her, she was acting very surprised. And was like, I don't know anything about what happened to me. I was like, hanging out with my partner, and then thunder and lightning struck.
Right.
It seems like she is not trying to hide that, maybe there was a lightning strike or that there was some sort of thing. Like, the sense I got from previous is that she didn't like do a dark ritual that summoned a thing that was like a lightning monster or whatever. Like that part is that she was in a different room when the fire started. Maybe something like that.
Yeah, she didn't want it to happen.
But when we were like, oh, there's other fires, there's been a lot of lightning strikes recently. And she was like, what? That was not a what of surprise, because she knows that there were 4 other, I'm going to extrapolate. She knows there were 4 houses that got burned down. She knows how they got burned down. And I bet she knows all of the people that lived in these houses. And I bet she knows maybe even what they have in common.
And for legal reasons, she cannot safely talk about it.
I bet it's under NDA.
Or she is pointing us to the lawyers, maybe because they can tell us, but she doesn't trust herself to tell us.
Yeah, true. Or they're just going to greet us with a complete brick wall. We don't know, but we have their contact now.
Yep.
You also have several advantages on this roll.
True.
If you want to... I said she's like storming back towards the back.
Right, but
if you want
the
to spend
front
some of those to intervene in some way and like get her to stick around for one more question, I think that's a good set of advantages. But she is, you can tell she is trying as hard as she can to disengage from this conversation.
Yeah, maybe if...
I can try and stop her and tell her I have to save her life.
Oh yeah, that she responded to that, low-key. If we could get her to listen to
maybe
Fabio.
There's a way maybe the advantages could be like that we are able to leave a line of communication open in case things get weird or worse.
Yeah. And
so it's
let
like,
her know
we
that we're
will
on her
reach out
side.
to you without like going through your lawyers. But if things get weird and you need someone, like I feel like
give her
Fabio's
my
the person
number.
to make that offer. Yeah.
Yeah, like that we're here to help her and not hurt her and make that very clear. Okay.
Yeah, just sort of a,
So then I'm making a move to stop her and say,
Please. I feel like if I don't say something, I will regret it for the rest of my life. I must offer at least a way to help you if you are in a time of need. Please take my phone number. I feel like we have maybe transgressed some line for you, and for that I am deeply sorry. But maybe I will feel less bad while I sleep tonight, knowing that you might call me in your moment of need. If I can, I will be there.
You're very big. And she takes your phone number.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was given one from me too.
If there's anything I can know, anything at all that might help me help you, I would take it.
When you're on the case, there's a lot to do. You want to save the world, sure. You want to see it through. There's a lot of people, you're just trying to help. Sometimes you offer your hand and they slap it away and give you a welt. So please just let me help you. Please, I'm trying the best I can. Please just let me help you. Please just try to understand.
I feel like I got a cornered beast and I'm trying to rein it in. I give you food, I give you comfort, sweet, soft words. Let me reach out to you and you can bite my hand. I will wait and speak and softly whisper, whisper, let me go.
Please, I'm trying to help you. Please, just take my hand. Please, just let me help you. Please, try to understand.
There's only so much talking in situations like this. If we keep walking, I know we'll get through it together.
How many people am I gonna have to offer to die for? How many people am I gonna have to offer to die for? How many people am I gonna have to die for?
How many people
How many people am I gonna have to
Take my help. Please take my hand.
Please, I'm trying to help you. Please, just take my hand. Please, just let me help you. Please, I'm trying to understand. Trying to understand.
I'm really sorry if I was rude to you all. There's just the most ironclad NDA that I've ever been party to, and the team on the other side. The catering budget for their legal department is bigger than my monthly payroll. So,
Of course.
please talk to my lawyers.
We will. And thank you.
Camilla the player is feeling like a prophet today.
Yeah, that's awesome. Also, that's from me, was because Camilla gave Phil a guitar pick, and I also felt the need to do that because that was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
In your time of need. It's just so good.
Where will the winding web of obfuscation and legal protections lead next? Find out next time on RPG Major. Guys, it's really hard to make talking to a lawyer sound exciting. It's hard. Fabio is played by special guest Phil Guerin. Learn improv from Phil in the comfort of your own home by searching for Improv from Zero on Udemy, or find his book, The Very Practical Improv Survival Guide, on Kindle. Mara Vertere is played by Lauren Drake, who performs with musical improv team We Have Some Notes and in scripted theater around Seattle. Find her on socials at La La Drake. Aubrey Stump is played by Camilla Franklin. If you're in Seattle, look for a festival of improvised music she's producing producing called Lollygag, January 24th and 25th, 2025. Camilla also creates all the art and visual design for the show. Find her on Instagram at Camillastrator. All music for this arc of RPG Major was created live in the room by our incredible accompanist, Noah Samuels. Find him on Instagram at Samuels_Noah. And I'm Helix. I perform with musical improv team We Have Some Notes and Jet City Improv. If you want to chat, you can find me and the rest of the cast in our Discord, and find the show on social media at RPG Major. And if you would do us a huge favor, tell somebody else about this show. It helps us a ton. All right, we'll see you next time. Politically ambiguous holiday song.
Politically ambiguous.
It can be holiday ambiguous. We'll figure out in what ways it's ambiguous.
Hang things up. Take them down. Put them on the wall. Maybe they'll make a sound of a song you know. And you've known since you were a kid.
We sing it every year.
Maybe you do, and maybe you did.
Oh, I may not know the reason, but I do know 'tis the season. Oh, I may not know the reason, but I do know 'tis the season for something.
There's traditions we follow every year. I'm so glad this time of year is here. It's something I look forward to all spring and summer and fall and winter, I think.
I may not know the reason, but I do know 'tis the season. I may not know the reason, but I do know 'tis the season for something.
Cute.
Can I say one thing while we're still recording?
Yeah.
And this doesn't need to be included, but I just want it on the record because I feel wild about this, is that before recording, we were talking about format stuff, and I made a hypothetical joke about like different kinds of mysteries and trying to give an example. And I was like, for example, if we're solving a mystery where we're trying to look for clues in the shell of a burned out building, maybe Aubrey would be like really weird about her axe. And then Helix made a weird face. And then 20 minutes later, we started recording. And this was the mystery.
Prophetic.
And now I know I have solved the mystery of Helix's weird reaction to that.
And next we'll solve the mystery itself.
Hypothetically, if next episode a mouse led us into a hole down into the ground and there was a tiny moon inside the earth.
Whoa. And then it slipped on a
Significant
banana
look
peel.
at Helix scratching
He's
everything.
taking those notes down.
I mean, if you could find a particular tiny little mouse, though,
The maestro?
that would be...
He's got all the clues.
maestro, that's
But he's on the other
maestro.
side of the veil. He lives in a different universe.
Right.
And he's busy with his orchestra.
Of course.
Hard to get.
He's hard to get. He's always got his head in his work.
This is where we stopped recording. Join us again later when we record some more. RPG Major.